Central Florida Fish Outlaws. You guys have already seen my step-by-step instructions on how to build a do-it-yourself kayak cart. This is the finished product. The reason I made this myself is because, well, it's cutting costs. Typically, some of the cheapest kayak carts you can buy out there are about $60 or more. This you can do at about half the price. I'm going to give credit to a couple of other YouTube videos and guys that I've seen make these, and that credit will be on this video that I post. But I'm going to let you know what I did here is I bought these tires at, if you have a Harbor Freight tool store in your neighborhood, go there. These tires are dirt cheap. We're talking $6 the most. Sometimes they're on a special, they're $4. Anywhere else, Home Depot and your big stores, they're going to cost you a minimum $15. They're 10-inch tires. They work great in all terrain. If you see here, I made this kayak cart very specific to the needs of my kayak, and in a minute I'm going to demonstrate how it fits on there. But I basically used all PVC pipe, cut the measurements out that I needed. These are T-pieces. This is a 1-inch pipe that I used. The ends here, they have PVC pipe inside. They're very short pieces. I took these end pieces, cemented them all the way in so you can't see it, and these are 1-inch caps, but they have threaded ends that are about, I want to say, 3/4 inch. And the reason I did that is because the axle right inside is a threaded rod, exactly 2 feet. You can buy it exactly that length in your local hardware store. I had to cut the ends of the threaded piece on these end caps just a tad bit, just to fit my needs. If you see here at the end, I used nylon threaded stop hex nuts. These will screw onto your axle as far as it'll go, and it will give you just enough space in between here so that they roll freely. And you can see I used a couple of washers just to get the exact length that I needed. As you can see here as well, these pipes here, they're made to fit just underneath the grooves of my kayak perfectly. I used some insulated PVC. A lot of guys also use pool noodles, but I preferred this. Now these elbow pieces here, again, this is 1 inch. On the upswing here, it's a female threaded 3/4 inch. And what I did was I went to the sprinkler section at a local hardware store, and they had these pipes. They're a little bit thinner, so they they go up through the scupper holes very comfortably. And they just screw right in, so there's no gluing or adhesive you have to add here. I did cut them down a little because I didn't want to go up too high. It'd be harder to get the kayak up on there. Now keep in mind, when you're doing your adhesive and your cementing, you've got to position these very fast because the cement dries very fast. And once it dries, that's it. Just line your scupper holes up really fast underneath it, get it off, and then hold it exactly where you want it. It'll dry exactly where you want. Also, this here is people call it the kickstand. The purpose of this is so that if you didn't have anything here, your whole cart here would tilt upwards. It would be in an angle that would be much more difficult to get your cart onto. Now typically it's one pipe that comes out until it rests on the ground. I actually screwed up a little bit and I miscalculated the measurements when I put the tires on, and it still sat up at an angle too much. So I went back to my local hardware store and I bought a 40-degree elbow here, and then just extended the pipe a little bit. That actually looks like it kind of works better. Again, you've got to make sure that it extends to the exact length so that the cart sits at the right angle, and that correct angle will be when you lift your kayak up. It's very similar to the angle of this, so it's easy to fit the scupper holes on. And I'm about to demonstrate what that looks like. There's one other thing I wanted to mention is the final product here. This is something I just strictly did because I wanted to. I got some spray paints, the exact color of my kayak, and I was actually able to spray paint it in the same camouflage style as my kayak. So it kind of looks like it was made for it. It just looks good. You don't have to do it. It's not necessary. It's just a little something I wanted to do. And again, the total cost of this was literally about $30. I mean, one of the least expensive kayak carts you can buy out there on the market, probably going to run you about $60. So this is a great idea. Not only to save you some money, but to fit the exact needs of your kayaks. As we all know, all kayaks are different. I've got a 12-foot Field and Stream Eagle Talon, and I'm going to demonstrate how this works and how this attaches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit the kayak cart with the scupper pipes at the same level as the scupper holes in the back of my kayak here. I'm going to lift my kayak, holding it steady, one arm. I'm just going to slide this underneath. Then I'm going to look down, and I'm going to find those scupper pipes and put them right over the holes, and that's all there is to it. And now you can go anywhere, and if you've got a long haul between where you park your vehicle and your destination of where you're going to launch your kayak, this will do the job, and it works great. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again on the Central Florida Fish Outlaws.